Hi, I'm Pete, and this is Eat at Pete's. And I'm not coming to you from the kitchen like normal. I'm actually in southwest Florida, and we went out and did some fishing today. We caught some American white grunt. This is my preferred way to fry fish. I have an induction hot plate with a cast iron and peanut oil. I have my dredge, and I have my fish patted dry, and I'm ready to go in to the oil. When you're putting these in, lay them about the center and let them fall away from you. That way if they splash away from you. Get one more in this pan. Yeah, I did that one backwards. Should have gone away from me. I started with my oil at 350 degrees, or just a little above 350, 360. And once the fish goes in, the oil temperature will drop. I'm down around 325 right now. I'm actually just going to move them around just a little bit with my temperature probe. Going to get a flip on these because it's kind of a shallow rather than a deep fry. And then once they get back up above 350, I'm ready to take them out and put them on my wire rack. I like the wire rack over just paper towel because it's reusable, and because the wire rack doesn't leave me, if I let them sit there for a little while, I don't get like a soggy bottom on the fish. Flip. As the fish is frying, the bubbles are the water coming out of the fish, moisture coming out of the fish, and because water boils to 212 degrees, it lowers the temperature of the fry oil. Shut off on me, so I got it. Back up to about 280. We've actually gotten down. The next batch going. One of the things about having it start and stop at 350 is that your next batch is ready to go in as soon as your first batch is ready to come out. We're right around 300 degrees there. We'll wait for this to get back up. Just starting to get a little color on them. There's 325. You can hear that the sizzle starts to slow down a little bit. That means we're running out of that excess moisture that we've got to get out. Now we're back up to 340, getting really close. All right, and there's 350. We put them cup side down so that they can shed their oil. They'll kind of curl in the pan a little bit. And then we're ready for our next batch. All right, so we're ready to start our second batch. And again, we're just going to put it in away from us. And if you go to put your first piece of fish in there and it doesn't sizzle, don't put any more in. Wait and get that oil temp up where it needs to be. That's your reminder that it's not where it should be temp-wise. So I'm using a seasoned flour dredge. It's got some cornstarch and some other seasonings in it. You can use all kinds of things. You can do Aunt Jemima pancake mix with some seasoned salt. You can shore lunch and magic fry, and there's just a whole pile of different options that you can do, or you can work on making up your own. So I can give some of these a flip. Once you get them in the pan, you started with your oil at about 350. Once you get them in the pan, they'll drop the temperature kind of quick. So you can actually go pretty much for the highest setting you've got on your hot plate, even though you might have started on a medium high, or if you've got a temp setting, you set it to around 375 so that it would actually get to 350. They never seem to get, the induction hot plates that I've worked with, never seem to get quite as hot as what they say. It's really taking the measurement from the bottom of the pan. If you have a deeper pan and you run more oil, you can not have to flip either. I do that I've got a deeper pan. but this is the pan I have here today. And it uses less oil if you do a little flip. By managing your oil temperature and keeping it from getting too high, you don't burn your oil, and you can save your oil in a mason jar and keep it in the refrigerator, and when you're ready to use it again in your next fishing trip or your next Friday during Lent or whatever it happens to be that you're making fish for, you can go ahead and reuse that until it gets dark or smells bad. Let's check that temp. All right, now back up to 350 and pull those out. If you were doing a larger fillet, you would probably want it to hold at 350 for about a minute, just to make sure you're fully cooked in. You don't really want to poke the fish with your temperature probe, or you will break that outer crust that you've created and let a whole bunch more water out, and then you'll drop your temp and get soggy fish. And go ahead and run this last batch. There's no real set number of fish that you can do. I mean, in big fish, you might get 2 fillets in here. These little guys, you just really don't want them to crowd. You want them to have a little bit of room all the way around them so that they don't stick to each other or don't run into problems with having a mushy edge or something because it didn't stay hot enough. One of the other nice parts about the induction hot plate is that you can move it out to where you've got good ventilation and you don't smell up your house with fry oil. You can probably start to hear that starting to slow down just a little bit. And we're back up. Temp, pull those out again. Do one more quick flip and then pull them out. That's all we caught. We had had, I think, 16 fillets, and I hope that you enjoyed this as much as I enjoyed catching them. Thanks.